So Jehovah and Jesus came down to see what was going on, and they saw, and they are determining that there's too much wickedness in the organization and the world. So the world, unfortunately, is not something we should touch, and if we are in the world, we should not be using of the world fully at all, in order to become sick by the world, by its venom. And the world is unfortunately a world of wickedness, and we want to steer clear of the world and not use the world at all. And unfortunately, if we're caught up in the world as if orphaned, we have to make sure that we're in Esther and in a Daniel, and we have to make sure that we set good examples like Moses, and always ask Jehovah for his word, always preach the word, preach the good news of the kingdom, and also have a clear conscience before Jehovah. A clear conscience before Jehovah. So in the truth, we want to stay in the fold, and we want to be on the plane, make sure we get to the destination. If anybody hits our seat from the back, bumps into us in the aisle, or if there's turbulence, we want to stay on the plane and get to our destination, which is the new system. So Jehovah has come down to see that there is a Jezebel cult in the congregation, a woman wanting to be Ralpha, and unfortunately Ralpha is not someone anyone can be. Unfortunately, Ralpha is someone who is holy and pure, someone who tries to live by Jehovah's standard and be pure like Jehovah, pure like Jehovah, pure like Jehovah. And also, Jehovah has seen that it is dangerous to eliminate talent and wealth, because we are leaving each other without a home, without a shelter, without anything. And we're making the world a third world country, leaving holes in the earth, going towards climate change, and we're self-destructing through narcissism, and we're not being persons appreciating marriage and staying within the rights of our parents, the rights of our patriarch. We're confusing each other by our speech. We're manipulating the men. We're not letting them be men. We're stealing for money instead of being resolved to be good and clear and clean. So unfortunately, this is what we need to do. So at this time, we're trying to figure out why there are people in my voice, and I'm waiting on help, and I'm waiting for Chris Morris. So we'll tape. No? Okay. Alright, so at this time, I have to probably wait for Chris Morris before I tape again. Somebody did something to the right side of my face, and there's something wrong with it. I don't know what it is, but I'm waiting for help. I'm looking more like myself as this game of prostitution is ending. And it's a crazy game that the neighbors tried to impute on me, and they use spiritism, they use police to trespass you from where you are. They change your face. Unfortunately, they changed my DNA. They put black in me. They put other impure things in me. They put urine in my ear. They roughed up my things, removed product from my house. I had to stock my house like a store. And I bought a store and I bought some properties in the back, which will probably more to come. But they are going to be a Bible education center, which is what I'm planning on doing when my husband comes. And we'll see how he gets here. And I'm not sure how that's going to happen. Because apparently in this crazy... No, we're not going to say this because he can't do that. He stops at the Marriott, even though they say you can't stop. He stops at the store, even though they say he can't stop. He eats, even though they say he can't eat. He had sex with me, even though they say no. So we don't know what the disclaimer is to not see me in person, but we're going to find out how to remove the red tape somehow. My food is to do Jehovah's will and take my yoke because it is light. These are some of the things that I say, and people worry that I'm Jesus, and they really worry that I'm Jesus. And for some reason, I don't understand why somebody's doing this to the side of my face, and this is what it looked like in 2010. So somebody's trying to pretend that I have cancer or a eczema or a fungal infection again. That's not what I look like at all. And it might be a filter. But anyway, we want to be pure for Jehovah. We don't want to lie, even if we're Jehovah's Witnesses and we're elders. We don't want to lie to conceal what was done wrong. We just want to make sure we do everything right. And we should probably guard our tongue instead of lying. We want to report every case of incest. And this is probably why Chris is probably not going to be with Jolie or Izzy and Isadora. He's only my husband, and that's all. So we'll see if he arrives tomorrow, and if he doesn't, we'll be looking out for him in the area. And we'll see if there are any reports of him in the area, and we'll see if he answers any of my emails. But I was told not to email him at all, and I emailed him today. So I don't know what this means that I emailed him when I was told not to. And I asked, should I email him? Because there are 3 emails now. So that doesn't make sense to a man, because you can't suggest anything to a man. You can only provide instruction. So call me, and that's it. But I left no instruction. I didn't even leave an instruction. I didn't say, please call me. So nobody understands that. If you're a man, you don't understand any of that. So I'll see what happens.